Okay, let me try this part two. I just did one. It took 10 minutes. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Did I use strategies to construct or attempt to construct meaning? Yes, though they weren't formal, intentional, clear strategies. They were there. And there's obviously plenty of room for someone to come up with a strategy, and I'm sure people who learn languages, do that, or who grade complicated papers, etc. Did I encounter problems? Yes, the biggest one being a word that I had little or no information for, and by that I mean back to my suggestion that words are addresses to files in which we store information. And the very first word I read was circadian, and I have absolutely nothing under that. There was no such address existed, and there was no file with nothing in it. That's number one. And then for sentence structure, which can happen, and I believe happened in here in one sentence in particular, re-entrainment of rhythms to the new environment occurs gradually, and with body temperature begins with the first sleep in the new zone period. Bad English, I'm pretty sure somebody, Scotty, let me know. That's a flat out grammatical error, right, or typo or something, so those are problems. And then the longer you have to juggle, I did find that, like when I read circadian, I immediately created the address and a file and then held it open waiting to put something in it, and it was very difficult. Did I have a reaction to what I read? I'm not sure what you mean. I had, as I was reading, I remember having some relief when I first hit something that made sense to me, a sentence about this happens in submarines in space something or others. Although plenty of information on submarines from movies and speaking with people who've served in the military on submarines. I've been in a submarine, just like at a museum, things like that. And I've heard actual talk about how being out at sea for weeks at a time without coming up, plays tricks on you. So relief, if you meant that, and obviously frustration for the most part, not being able to make sense of something I was reading. Did this affect my construction of meaning? I don't think so. Not the problems, or not the reactions. Not that I noticed. Although I can say that I would give up without a good reason to continue reading something that was written in a vocabulary that was over my head on a subject that I didn't even know what the subject was, much less had no interest in. I wouldn't continue to attempt to construct meaning. I would toss it aside. There would have to be some driving motivation to continue to work at it. And let's see. As a reader, does this reflection help you better understand how we construct a meaning from written text, and if so, how, and what are some of the challenges we face? Well, the vocabulary, for sure. Does it help me better understand? Yeah, I think so. Obviously, anything you consider, the more you consider it, the more it makes sense. I don't have any great surprises. It is, like I said, I think it does confirm to me that words are addresses. It's what they pull up that matters, and if they pull nothing up, you can continue to read, listen, whatever it is, and wow, the mind is capable of putting a lot of information on the clipboard, almost like a puzzle, saying this one doesn't make sense yet, this one doesn't make sense yet, and then a word comes up, and there's lots of context, and while you're still reading, your brain can take the context that it believes fits, because it came out of an address, a file at a certain address, start, playing around with everything again, and discovering the subject obviously helps a great deal. Now you try to fit everything into the subject. Imagine reading something when you don't know what the subject is. That's unusual. And the title being made up of things that didn't make sense to me was very challenging. I kind of got off track. I'm going to stop. That's it. No other thoughts or comments really, other than it's what's going on in the brain that's the big deal. Words don't mean things, they pull up information, and information is how we communicate with one another, and concepts and whatnot. Constructing meaning, you mean discovering what someone's trying to get you to do or wants of you, what it's trying to communicate to you. I'll have to cut this. I don't know. It's a challenge. Bye.